What's up guys, my name is Wouters. I am the team rider for Caliber Trucks, Blood Orange Wheels, Crime Boards and many others. And today I will be starting a series called Learning How to Longboard. What's up guys, my name is Wouters and today we're making a video about the question that I get asked the most every single day in my DMs, and it is: what's up guys, my name is Wouters and today... What's up guys, my name is Wouters. What's up guys, my name is Wouters. What's up guys, my name is Wouters. And today... What's going on guys? My name is Wouters and today we're gonna start a... What's up guys? What's up guys? My name is Wouters. What's up guys? My name is Wouters. And today... What's going... What's up guys, my name is Wouters. Today I'm gonna be making a video about...
I want to put on socks first. I don't want to have people looking at my feet. That's not that kind of content.
It's not that kind of content.
No, it's not.
Imagine you putting in all the work to make the script work and all the comments are like, bruh, that's some juicy feet
That's
you
some
got
juicy
there.
feet.
Okay. Guess I'm gonna have to clean my board after this.
Hello there, fellow longboard enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have something very special for you. I am super excited to unbox and showcase the latest addition to my longboard collection. The highly anticipated Crime Boards longboard. Now, as you know, Crime Boards is known for their exceptional quality, innovative designs, and unmatched performance. So without further ado, let's dive right into this unboxing experience. Ow! I just slipped myself. Oh, fuck this. Oh my god. I'm bleeding. Huh? That's strange. I could have sworn this was the Crime Boards longboard. Maybe they updated their packaging. Well, it seems like a little mix-up here. Let's not panic just yet. Maybe this is a special edition or a collaboration Crime Boards did with another brand. It could happen, right? Actually, I'm impressed. Wow. Alright, let's take a closer look at the design. The deck looks sturdy and the grip tape feels grippy. Oh well, it seems like this Cromboards longboard has a bit of a learning curve. But hey, that's part of the fun, right? I mean, Cromboards always challenges us to step us out of our comfort zones. This board is amazing! Wow! This longboard has so many features that Cromboards is famous for. For the patented anti-gravity technology. It's mind-blowing. You won't find that on any other longboards, folks. Okay, maybe I need a little more practice with this incredible longboards innovation. As they say, practice makes perfect. All right, well folks, there you have it. The Cromboards longboard unboxing experience. While it might not be what we expected, it's still an exciting addition to our longboard adventures. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more longboarding content, Cromboards or not. Until next time, keep riding, keep smiling, and remember, it's all about the love for longboarding. Stay tuned for more exciting content coming your way. Take care, and as always, happy longboarding.
You forgot pop high, stay fly.
Oh, pop high, stay fly! Pop high, stay fly! Hi Jacko.
Ciao, Yuki.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
So,
Okay.
what is the board called?
The board is called Bacan, and the name came from Venetian dialect because I've been studying in Venice recently, and I found it was interesting, a nice name, the pronunciation as well. In Spanish means something fun like parties, and in Venetian dialect means like a small piece of land that it's covered by water some period of the year. So depending on the sea level, it comes out or it's under the water. Not much more. I was studying there, so a dialect word in Venetian was matching the period and the place where I've been designing the board. That came from mostly because people asked for longer boards. Not that I was really needing it, because I'm not riding that much lately, so I was definitely not feeling the needs to a new board. But it was interesting to trying to develop something new, because otherwise, after some time, you not designing anymore, but just working, producing the same board could be boring and like a routine, too much sequential, the type of job you do. So it has been nice designing and starting a new process of finding the construction that is still going on sometimes.
Absolutely.
And yeah, so I decided for going to the length of 125. That was the most asked and researched one, especially because not all the brands are producing long boards that are that long anymore. So there's like a little gap in the market at the moment. So why not trying to fill it somehow? Yeah, so the board, we again don't have it here, but it's 125.7 centimeters long. I don't know in the inches at the moment. I need to calculate if you prefer inches. And it's 23.8 centimeters wide. The wheelbase very close to the bank rack. Got inspired by that because I found it's the most fun for that type of board. So not too long, being the board longer than the bangra, but having, let's say, comparable wheelbase. It has bigger kicks that are similar to the other boards, but not the same, of course, because the molds are different. And I found that it's quite balanced and enough room for having a good leverage for popping tricks. But you will be able to let me know. And the biggest change between the lineup of the previous board I've been producing, it's the profile that this time is almost flat, a very, very subtle rocker that was more prominent on the other boards. And that's because even this way, even the stiffer flexes will have some flex because the board starts from a flat profile. And then when you stand on it, it will get his rocker profile. So you will feel a bit more the flex, and Yuki probably won't be that happy about it. But I found that many people want stiff flex, but having a board that big too stiff could affect the type of ride in a way that is not that beneficial, but in the way that is not that pleasant to ride. Because a very big board, this is not a very huge board, but a big board needs to be even more comfortable and more responsive. And somehow the flex helped a lot this feeling and this type of riding that I wanted to achieve. So I hope it will be appreciated as much as I was thinking when I designed and built it.
I think you're
at the moment,
so I guess
probably
you know better than I do.
I guess, but even from the point of view and the side of the expert, I'm still trying and develop new techniques and new boards. I haven't been produced and used tons of molds. It's not that easy to design and buy them because I'm not producing them by myself, of course. So it's tricky to find the right compromise between all the specs that you want to fill in a board or having it the way you think it has to be. At the moment, the Bacans are available in pre-order or back order. I don't know from the website how it's suggested by the website, but it's the same for me at least, because you've been able to pre-order them until the end of August. And then this way I will be able to collect all the veneers I will need to craft the custom models you have been ordering. Meanwhile, I'm trying to develop the final graphic that will be printed as the others. And yeah, so basically full of custom for the mosquitoes almost everywhere in here. Sorry. But yeah, this is the way we'll go on for the next month.
What would you say is the main difference between the new board, the Bacan, and the other boards that you have? And why would they choose this one over the others?
I can't really tell about all the others because I've been testing not all of them. Probably yes, but not recently, at least. And I don't know, it's hard to find a difference because all these long boards are very similar. They have all flex, a lot of flex usually. So I think that the biggest difference probably will be this, exactly the flex, because I do believe that usually the boards that we currently have available in the market have a very, very pronounced flex. So even when that's why people always want a stiff flex or a flex one, because they are scared the board will be too flexy. I think people think that my boards are too stiff because they are used to boards that are very flexy. So the main difference will be this, that even the lighter flex that I've called dancing will be stiffer than as you expected or as you might have been experienced on other boards. I don't want to make names of other brands, but I do believe that most of them, even while building very nice boards, have too many flex options or too flexy boards. So it's hard for people to compare them and to choose the same flex when switching to a brand from a brand to another. Because a flex 2 of one of my boards, it's different from a flex 2 of any other brand, because there's no tables that they are not relatable between them. They are different, and boards materials are different, techniques, and especially the layup. So it's very hard, but for sure it will be stiffer than you expected from your previous experience on this type of very long.
Since you're making such a point in that there's a very big difference between your board and the boards that are on the market, why would people want to choose your board over the others?
Well, I hope they like the designs that seems working at the moment, especially the wood veneers that I'm using recently. So I think that people are choosing boards for aesthetic reasons at the moment, first of all. But I wish they would choose me, because even if it's not that, if it's not paid that well, this type of job, I'm still trying to doing and figuring out a way to live from this. So it's a way to support someone that builds boards, not just for money, but because it started as a passion. And I built the first board because I wanted a board that was reflecting my needs. And I'm trying to answer all the needs that people in longboarding have. My experience is not that huge, but I've been longboarding, or at least into the longboard world, for maybe 8 years now. Yeah, almost 9. So even if not from the truly beginning, I've been seeing it evolving. And I think that I'm able to not predict, but find a good solution for people that are looking for a board where to dance and a big board over 120. Because building them, riding them, and seeing the trends, I think I'm able to build the right board that reflects what you're looking for. And I'm sure that this reflects in the moment when you stand on the board and you feel comfortable and you feel good, because you think, oh, I'm changing my board. I will need 2-3 weeks, a month for adapting to it. And in reality, it's not, even if at least if you're not coming from a different type of board, like a very short downhill board. So this is thanks to the rider's skills, of course, how much he's skating at the moment, but it's also about the way, the specs, the concave, the rocker, the heights of the kick, the placement of the rocker, the micro drops, and everything a board has, mix it together for making you feel comfortable and have fun and find a way to properly pop the board since the first day. And I think my boards are achieve this goal, at least for what I've been hearing from people. They are not for everyone, of course, but as every product. But slowly I'm gaining a bit more audience, let's say, people that are buying my boards, and overall they have been satisfied. So this is the biggest return that I have from designing the board. The fact that what you've tried to transmit through the board arrives to people. So the main reason for buying one of my boards is for feeling what I would call an expert like me. I hope this is my point of view, can give you through a piece of wood that he designed, the curves that he thinks that could give you the best performance and the best experience, and for feeling how much this passion and how much work there's into this job just through a wood piece. And I do think that it's possible, and I truly believe that people really are able to connect through to the brand and to who builds them through the board. And it's something that I wish more and more people experience, and not just through me, but through all the artisanal brands that produce some type of products that they really are into, not just from the aesthetical side or sustainable side, but because they put a lot of effort and a lot of themselves into the board. So even if I'm trying to make them as much as fast as possible, of course, I'm still sure that you will feel that there is something that it's not done in high scale. And feeling this about your board, since I don't know, the customer experience that won't be the best like in Amazon, but you can always text me or find me through email and I will answer. So it's an overall experience that I hope after you tried once, you want to repeat because you found well and you think it's available and it's worth the price you pay.
Absolutely. I must say I admire you for what you do and the work you put into. And although the price class might be a bit more higher than with other boards you see in the market, I definitely would say that if you especially are inside the lawnmower community, you see that a lot of people pick up on your board nowadays, which speaks to itself. And I feel like even if you would pay a little bit more for this artisanal like artwork, like this art piece that you would call your board, it would last longer than any other board on the market that is cheap on Amazon or wherever. And especially thus a good reason to buy because it lasts longer and it's more durable. And I think that's a no-brainer to buy something like your board, or your board especially. So I just wanted to say my
Well, thank you. You've been very straight to the point, not as much as me.
Is there anything else you want to say?
No, I thought I already spoke too much, maybe not really touching the point. I don't know. I hope you will check later when editing the video, of course. But maybe you have some question that I haven't covered already with my long response.
Are you happy with the product?
Quite much. Yeah. I think having these a few boards that I produced these days and bringing them to make some shots for posting them have been gave me confidence, make me feel good, because I was going around with my boards and people were staring at me and asking, what do you do for living? What are these boards used for, mean for? Are they made by you? Or which woods did you use for build them? Which woods are on top? And a lot of compliments and people interested. So I was happy to going around the city with my boards and having them under my arm. So I'm quite satisfied, and I'm waiting the return from who will skates them. But for the moment, I'm quite happy, and I'm curious to see how they will affect the market.
Cool. Okay. I think then that's all the questions I want to give you. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
It's been nice.